Alright, so I haven't really been doing too many vlogs and all that stuff lately, but I figured it's probably time for one here soon. But it's race day morning. First half marathon of the 50 halves, 50 states, you know. I'm excited. I haven't really trained that much for it, but we'll see. We'll see. I've heard from other runners that it's not really, like, people stop a lot, you know, to take pictures, so it's not like the most intense one. You know, because people do stop to take pictures, it tends to be like a slower ran race. I'm expecting to be done in like somewhere between 3:30 to 4 hours. Yeah. But so far, I've been having a good time in California. I definitely think I wish I probably should have just ended up getting the car, honestly, but you know what? You live and you learn. As far as updates for the channel, yeah, I probably should be doing more vlogs, you know. Try to connect with the audience. I'm like so happy that I'm like nearly at 100 subscribers. Like, that shit is so amazing. Like, especially by like the end of the year, you know, I think I probably will hit 100, maybe surpass it a little bit, which is pretty cool. So I'm like so grateful for that. And you know, with that, more content is going to keep coming out. You know, I got some backroom stuff coming, more WWE. The only thing with the WWE one is like the entrances is probably going to end up changing, because, you know, I keep seeing so many copyright notices on there, so I'm like, as things progress and move forward, you know, that's got to change. But, you know, still more content coming out. And you know, the way I've been doing content, I think, has been working for me so well. You know, essentially like preload stuff up, you know, like I'll do stuff like the month prior, and then it won't get uploaded. You know, like if I do stuff for like this month, September, most of this stuff is gonna be like the October stuff, you know, stuff you'll see in October. So that's been like the best way for me so far, you know, because it gives me time to like edit some stuff in, make some shorts from like the long videos, and as well as just, you know, like keep up with a regular schedule, because you know, being a full-time student and then, you know, looking for part-time work, it's not easy to simply just like make a video and upload it the next day. It's like that takes up too much time in the now, that it's like I need a little bit of time, you know, a little bit of flexibility to kind of like you know, finish compiling videos and stuff. Yeah, let's see, what else am I got to talk about? Oh yeah, the next thing is yeah, I do want to start doing like I think I mentioned it like a couple months ago, is like starting a like walking the trails, the greenways in San Antonio. I'm kind of waiting for the cooler months, because this GoPro like overheats real easy, and man, when it is like 100 degrees out, walking, 5, 6, 7 plus miles with the blazing sun on you it's not fun. And yeah, as far as that goes, yeah, that should be coming out here when the temperatures drop. That's kind of hard to say. It's every winter is slightly different. Sometimes it comes early, sometimes seems like it never shows up. So we'll see on that, on how that goes. Let's see. I'm also thinking of just sort of changing things up a little bit too, because like I said, I didn't want to like primarily just be gaming, but it is like for me the easiest form of content to like make. Yeah, I think part of what I'm going to be doing a little bit, I'm not going to be doing dev vlogs, but I do want to showcase some of what I've been working on, just a little bit here and there. Maybe I can get some feedback from my subscribers, or just anybody who watches in general. That way I can kind of get a compass of what might do well for like a game whenever I do release. I'm not sure if I mentioned it somewhere or not. Probably in one of the other videos, somewhere in a comment. But but yeah, I do want to start making more games. I have a like an account with Epic on the Epic Game Store. For some reason I just couldn't get onto Steam. I'll keep trying, eventually it'll happen, but I think Steam's really trying to like cut down on like those sloppy games, asset flips. But yeah, until then, my stuff is probably just gonna end up being on Epic. But like I'm still have like a few. It's still gonna take time for me to like fully flesh out a game. Hopefully, like I'm shooting and I'm praying that maybe by the end of the year I might have it done. Of course, it's not gonna be something like crazy, I'm the only developer on it, so it's really more of like a learning experience for me. And I do hope it does well. We'll see how it goes. Well, as far as like the WWE content goes, that stuff is doing pretty well, and I am hoping. Well, no, I'm not really hoping. As far as like the WWE content goes, I had it planned out, or at least my goal for that is to make it like 1 year. Ended it sometime in like June. That's my alarm. Saying to start getting ready to head out for the race. It's super early in the morning. 3:10 Pacific California time. Yeah, WWE content. It's gonna be coming out up until June, and by that time I'll see kind of like where it is, and for sure the next game is gonna be out by then too. I'm just not sure if I want to keep jumping on the yearly train, with those 2K games, because it's already starting to add up with like DLCs and character add-ons and shit. So I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure if I'm going to abandon 2K25 just yet. You know, just because like the new game comes out probably in a few months. I'll probably just stick with it for another year or so. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. That's still a ways away. Yeah. Also, I want to like start showcasing a little bit more of like a fitness journey. You know, because this is a bit of like a fitness journey for myself. You know, losing a little bit of weight, as well as completing that. What I said earlier, the 50 states, 50 half marathons. You know, that's like a goal. You know, something that I kind of was thinking about when I was a more avid runner. I was like, you know, that would be so nice to be able to like, you know, accomplish such a feat. And yeah, whenever I got out of the military, running was one of the things that like slowly started to fade. And like it flipped from like running more to like weightlifting, and then it just kind of just went into there, you know, like I loved hitting the weights a little bit more, becoming a little bit, having more muscle mass on me. But I do know how it feels. Yeah, like I said, I do, like the muscle mass does help. But I do know that like some other parts of my health have kind of went like into decline, because it's like strength is just one pillar of fitness. You know, I still need like the cardio part, cardiovascular and calisthenics and things like that. Like that is just where I'm just like, it just started to tank, and I just I need to start working on that a little bit more. And yeah, I have like in the backyard, I converted an old. I converted like a carport into like an outdoors gym, and need to start showcasing some footage of that. You know, when I get back, but I can get back home. Start doing some of that, and kind of maybe might throw some workout videos in there, who knows, or at least like testing some workout programs, because there is a few programs that I do want to do, you know, some from like Athlete X. I do have like some of the old. I keep saying that, but I do have some of the beach. Well, I think it's called Body now. The old Beach Body or Body workout DVDs. I have like that faux military one. Tony Horton did, and also the Insanity. That one would probably be. I remember how hard that is, and I sure as hell know I can't do it right now. Or at least if I did it, I'm like stopping a lot, you know. So Insanity's gonna come like way later down the road, but I'll try the other one because I haven't had a chance to like I bought it, but I haven't had like really much of a chance to dig into that one. I think I've only did like 1 or 2 workouts from it, and it didn't seem too impossible, because it's like one of those like, oh, it's only 30 minutes or it's 22 minutes or something like that. So it's like, yeah, that shouldn't be too hard on myself. Whereas like the Insanity ones were like 45 minutes, and it's like, and yeah, that's intense. So So that's where I'm at there. I'm gonna start getting ready for the race soon, and I'm gonna end up merging, you know, these thoughts right now, and then, you know, pre-race and then post-race. We'll see where I'm at. I am gonna look so different, so beat up, but you know, that's what I signed up for. You know, that's why I'm here doing what I'm doing. You know, you know, it's so crazy because, like, I saw one of my friends' posts saying something like, you know, and it's something that I've started to like resonate more with, especially like the past few years. You know, like probably within like the last 4, maybe 5 years, I've started to just be like, yeah, you know, you know, don't be scared of spending money on like, or that's what the quote said. Don't be scared of spending money and like not living a fulfilling life, because it's you know, it's sort of true, because it's, I mean, obviously within reason. Like, don't go bankrupt, you know, going on a vacation or seeing a concert, which I think it was about spending money on concert tickets was a post, but it was. But yeah, I'm starting to like kind of like live by that mantra, you know, like, hey, don't be scared to like spend, you know, some money, whatever amount, you know, whatever you can afford to go do something cool, you know, and like you know, like with this California trip, you know, I had to sign up for, you know, this Disneyland half marathon like back in like November 2024, you know, so it's like, it's something I've been planning for a long time, and that's kind of how I'm starting to approach like how I do things, you know. It's like, it's not like this was on a whim, like, you know, I'll sign up and I'll just go, you know. That's kind of where I think that's to me what some people might lack, or at least some people some people's problems, that is like, you know, when we talk to somebody, it's like, maybe, you know, it's like, well, just do some long-term planning, you know. But or at least that's what I do, and that's, you know, like, I don't do things on a whim that much, especially something that's gonna cost, you know, like, you know, $2,000+, you know. You know, yeah, and yeah, I'm staying at a day's end, so it's like I definitely do what I can to cut costs as much as I can. But yeah, I guess that's it for now. I should start getting going, because it's more times starting to get ate up, and finish getting ready, and I'll see you guys after the race. Whew, okay. I didn't just get done. I've been done for a little bit. I just now decided to record, update the vlog for the part 2, you know, of the video. And yeah, it was a pretty hard race. I'm not gonna lie, that was one for the books, that's for sure. If you're a runner, man, it should have shown my double chin like so crazy sitting like this, but oh well. So what was I saying? Yeah, yeah. If you're a runner, I think either the Disneyland or the Disney World. I haven't been to the Disney World run yet, but either one is probably something amazing to do. You know, I think if you can only go to it like once, really should do it. You know, I mean, I know some people probably do it more than once, or a lot of people. Some people I think here have done it more than once, from what I've talked to, and but yeah, if you could only do it once, I would say it's worth it. Yeah, I am so glad that I was able to like keep up with the pacer for like the corral we were in. I was in Corral G, and I kept up with the 3 hour 20-minute pacer, and that was so worth it. Doing they call it the Jeff Galloway method, where it's like 15 seconds of running, 30 seconds, walking, keep moving. It really helped. It really helped, like, not be so injured. It helped with like injury prevention, and as well as like kind of keeping like a good mental focus, because you never could really burn out after 15 seconds, and it's like the rest kind of like, it was nice to just get that little break in. It's like I never got any like crazy cramping, which I was sort of expecting. Like, there was times where I kind of felt like it, like towards the end, where I was like really going beyond that 15 seconds, like the sprint to the finish. That was like the only time where I was like, man, I really felt like my quads would really cramp, but luckily they didn't. I was eating a lot of those sports jelly beans and gels, and I have a lot of those little tablets that kind of help with like electrolytes, and they've been pretty worth it. I also have my trusty massage gun. That thing is so invaluable. I think my mom got that from like one of her retirement bingo rallies or something like that, and so she doesn't really use it that often, so she kind of just gave it to me. So I was like, yeah, it really helps, especially on a time like this, where it's like, I just need a little bit to just relax the muscles. What else? Yeah, I also met some like cool friends that helped me stay motivated throughout the run. It was so amazing. I'm so glad I ran into them. Judy and Kayla. I mean, they were amazing. I definitely think I would have fell behind, surely. Like when earlier, or the last time I recorded this little thing through the. Well, earlier, I mentioned I was thinking maybe 3:30 to 4 hours is when I was expecting to be done, but I was so glad that I was actually able to like get just under that. Staying with that pacer, I was able to get 3 hours and 18 minutes, and yeah, I'm kind of proud of that. That was for not having trained, for not having trained and not doing a half marathon in like over, God, I want to say it was like 10 years almost, at least more than 10 years, that's for sure. It's yeah, that was a long time ago, the last one. I I don't even really remember when the last one was. I mean, I think, yeah, I can't even remember. I might have been one in Tennessee, but take a little break. But yeah, even though I've done some in the past, I want to start fresh with the 50 states, 50 half marathons. So this is just the first of many. Like, I guess I could count, because I know I've done some in Texas. I know I've done one in Tennessee. I just don't know where, like, the bib is, like the registration, and even if there's any records of it, I can't remember, like, the names of them. So it might just be so it's just gonna be easier if I just start fresh, and yeah, that's what I'm just gonna do, just start fresh. So this is the first one. 49 more to go. Texas is next. The inaugural San Antonio half marathon. That was kind of like one of my biggest regrets, is not being able to do the rock and roll marathon in San Antonio. That one just kind of, man, it just kind of sucked that I never got the chance to do that one. Every time I had the opportunity, like I sprained an ankle or something, and I got like a little injury, and it's like I just couldn't do it. And yeah, and I heard, I don't know, I heard some rumors about it being like too pricey or whatnot, but I don't know any half marathon that's like that doesn't come with like a decent price tag, because it does take a lot to organize police and road closures and all that type of stuff. So water stations, which I was kind of surprised, like the water stations here were like, that really was, I think, another like crazy benefit that I just, like there was so many water stations that I want to say there was at least like 8 or 9, like almost like a mile and a half, like like every mile and a half, like every mile and a half to 2 miles was at least a water station. And it's like, I was like, man, that is too spoily, because some other half marathons and races, and yeah, sometimes they spread them things out like 3, 4, 5 miles, and it's like, man, it is rough. Like, I know, well, there's a little story, is one of the reasons why I kind of like really stopped running was because it was a Spartan race back in like 2016 or something like that in Dallas, and my goodness, man, it was atrocious. It's one of the reasons why I kind of don't really like doing Spartan races too much anymore, or especially like those obstacle course races, because it's like, I mean, I did a few not too long ago just to kind of like get back into it, get back into shape a little bit. I'm getting a little chubby, but yeah, it was like, I want to say there was like almost a 6-mile stretch where there was no water stations, and there was like a lot of people, like I was passing up, like that just were starting to fall out just due to a lack of water. And it's like, Man, the terrain out in that ranch, somewhere, it's up in Dallas, you know, I can't remember where, but the terrain was not forgiving, you know. And it's like, you know, a lot of mesquite trees, very sparse shade, a lot of rocks. Not the funnest of times. And yeah, I knew from that, like after that sort of like really did a lot to kill my motivation. And at that time, I switched more to like weightlifting and stuff. But yeah, I'm thinking I'm getting a little dehydrated now. I need to drink some more water. But but yeah, you know, now that I'm moving more towards, you know, like an office type position again, you know, going to school to become a data analyst, programming with Python and stuff like that. I need to do a little bit more, like working out wise, because I can see myself getting chubbier as my lifestyle becomes more sedentary. You know, like I was able to at least keep some extra weight off. You know, being in the landscape business, walking around, you know, lifting things, digging holes and things like that. You know, I was able to kind of keep some extra weight off, but now I'm like, some pounds are getting added on a little too quick, and it's like, And my cardio is definitely one of the weakest things I have now. I think I can probably go a little bit easier on the weights. You know, probably still at least like maintain, or at least get back into the 1,000-pound club, but I don't really need to go any more than that, you know. Yeah, I don't really need to get any crazy like lift numbers, you know. I think I'm fine where I'm at. But yeah, that was it for the run. You know, my feet are pretty banged up, but all in all, it was a good race. Till next time, you guys take it easy.